Hello my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Game Time. I'm Kyle, and on today's episode we are going further back than we've ever gone before for a system overview. Welcome to 1978, and on this video we'll be taking a look at the classic, legendary Bally Astrocade. Stay tuned. Alright, this is something that actually have quite a bit to show off, but I'm going to divide it into maybe 2 or 3 videos to help keep them a little bit shorter. Here we see the original box that came with, got the original serial number there. I am pleased as punch to have something like that. So, Joe from STC Pod, I finally get how you feel with the shipping boxes and your Transformers. I get it now. I get it. Anyway, here's the box itself. Welcome to 1978 right here. The Bally Professional Arcade, later known as the Astrocade. In fact, it came out in 1978. It was known as the Bally Professional Arcade, as we see the box here. And in between time, I think, I'm kind of looking at this book here. It says, and in 1977, an ad for it called the Bally Home Library Computer. And in 1981, Astrovision, it's a company, bought the rights to the unit and renamed it the Bally Computer System. And I think this might be one of the ones we have. We'll do an unboxing here, because that's what my little label says right here. And later, in 1982, the Astrovision, the company, became the Astrocade, and the company kind of named their console kind of the same thing. It's been known for that ever since here. So we're gonna do an unboxing. The box itself, the top for it's a little loosey goosey. You see, age hasn't been too kind. It's very flimsy. There's kind of the side of it. See what the games look like. A whole lot on this side. Kind of shows it has a calculator and stuff. Calculator works pretty well. And a little bit of what the games look like. And we'll take a look at all that here in just a second. And on the other side there, standard 70s family having a good time. So, alright. I took the controllers out previously, but controllers are also included in here. So here's the system itself. I'll prop you up. Alright, as I was saying, here's the nice console itself. And I got some controllers over here. Now, apparently, something I didn't know when I first got this thing, it comes with controllers that are numbered 1 and 2, as so. You can see on the side there, stickers 1 and 2. They're basically kind of the weirdest controllers I've seen, maybe aside from the Channel F controllers, which, hey, future video. But we got the trigger there, and basically this is kind of a joystick. You can kind of move it up, down, back and forth, and you can rotate it as well. So it kind of works as a little bit of a paddle, and it kind of works as a little bit of a joystick, as you can see, kind of rotating around, and we can twist. And we got the trigger there. So those are pretty... I thought they'd be a little bit tricky, but turns out the games are simple enough that those controls were perfect. What I didn't know, this also came with controllers number 3 and 4, and I guess these are a little bit rarer to find. So I'm excited to have not only the shipping box itself, but these numbered controllers as well, and basically the same thing. Actually, when you're playing pinball, you can actually use 2 controllers, and the triggers control the flippers, so that's very innovative. So I'm happy to have controllers 3 and 4 as well, because they're a little bit of the harder to find variety. So here's the system itself. We have the reset button here, eject. We have our calculator. This also works as kind of a game selector, sort of like a ColecoVision or Intellivision Odyssey 2 style. Nothing much on the front itself. It's very designed. Got the nice shiny gold finish there. That wood grain that was so popular during the time. On back, it's a little bit tricky to see. I'm trying to get it in the light. All light's not going to be very nice. You can see here on the bottom, it's going to be an on-off switch, which is right down here. We have all of our controller ports here. I'm going to shine the light. Boy, it's a very professional video, huh? So yeah, there's everything there. This is the controller ports and that on-off switch on the far right. So, and you have, kind of looks like it would be room for an expansion module there, but I don't think anything was ever really used for it. So, and of course, left side's not, or right side, excuse me, not much is going to be on there either. So, this thing comes off sort of similar to, what else kind of came off like that? Something else. Atari 5200 I'm thinking of. And we have room for the games themselves. Here's the game. For an example, it's kind of very cassette-ish, if you remember cassettes back in the day. And they basically, you know, on this side, they would go in like so. And, you know, it would play, and you would select, you know, if it has, this particular one has 2 games on them. 280 zap and dodge them, so you know, game 1 or game 2 it would play, and if you need to reset it, of course, there, and there's how you eject, and you would pull that out. So very cassette, very 8-track, if you will. So the system itself has kind of some slots here. I think mostly maybe meant for the controllers. I might keep my controllers in there and the game separate, but just for the sake of this video, I kind of showed games here. I have 12 of them that came with them. The games themselves had some fun cards, so that's the one we just talked about. Kind of shows a screenshot. The Zap is very much like a first-person Night Driver for Atari, if you remember that. And Dodge'em's kind of your standard top-down racing game. And on back, it kind of shows you a little bit what each game is about, as you can see there. You know, here's another card for an example. Again, we have Seawolf and Missile, back when everything was pretty straightforward. And this one actually opens up for further instructions and kind of what each controller does, enter, etc. So there's a few of these that I have. I have a couple for even for the games that I don't have. Football is actually interesting. It kind of shows you, football is kind of its own thing. Shows you some rules. We got official playbooks. So yellow team offense, and here's kind of some plays that works. So pretty a lot to it actually. Here's Bally Pin, couple pinball games. That's what I was just talking about originally. It has 2 different tables, although they're both pretty similar. The changes aren't really all that there. Other instruction manuals do kind of look like this, more the normal kind. This is Incredible Wizard 2017. I think a lot of the games have numbers on them too, because if we look at like this one here, there's 2003 for the Red Baron combo pack. Brickyard and Clowns gets 2004. So some normal instructions, very 70s, very look like it's someone typed it up on a typewriter, and that's how I got printed off. So yeah, not much else to really see here. On a future video, we'll probably take a look at this. This is something that came with the thing I got. This is basic, and this is kind of a computer program. You can kind of do your own thing. We'll get a little bit more into this, like I said, in another video, but to show it off, it has the original case for it. Very 70s right there. Basic keypad overlays. You kind of get a little pouch for them. There's that whole thing. So we get, yeah, it's going to be pretty, it's probably pretty complex for late 70s, early 80s. Should be fun to experiment now, but yeah, it comes with the book. It's pretty neat. Book's in great condition. Few scuffs. It is pretty old. We kind of get a taste of it there. That's going to be a lot of fun. And you got the basic game quote itself. So that goes right in that fun case there. And the book kind of slides in there. But yeah, this is really neat to have in the original box for this as well. So this was a huge score. And look at that, Bally Basic, only $49.95. So fun to see original price for it. So what we're going to do next, we got, the video is already pretty long, but we're going to take a look at a couple built-in things on the console itself. And on future videos, we'll take a look at some of the other fun stuff. So stick with us. All right, let's turn our bad boy on. And here we go. It's kind of the main menu. I don't have a cartridge slot inserted, but when you turn the thing on, even without a game in, as you can see, you get kind of a main menu. You get 4 things to choose from. The first 2, Gunfight and Checkmate, are actual games. 3, Calculator, obviously, is a calculator, and 4 is kind of a really crude drawing mechanic, but it's very blocky. We'll take a look at all of them here, just very brief. But yeah, Gunfight, we'll select number 1 on our pin pad. We'll do 3 for max score. And we'll hit kind of the enter button. As you can see, it's very much like Outlaw on Atari. I can move up and down with the, like I said, that joystick, and I aim my gun with the turning of the knobs. So essentially, there's the thing itself. I can go up, down, and again, aiming is twisting that. So that's pretty cool. Got me. Obviously, that's a 2-player game. So you kind of see that a little bit. I really think this could be a lot of fun. I enjoy Outlaw quite a bit on the Atari. So let's reset things here by hitting that reset button. We'll go 1 player, of course. Now this pretty much is Snake. I am the red snake in the corner, kind of giving those red pluses on the bottom right. And yeah, it's basically Surround, on the Atari, or Snafu on the Intellivision. Basically just a version of Snake. You can play with 4 players. So that's a fun one to have included. This one you can actually play 1 player as well, as I'm doing right now. The other 3 computer players are vary in intelligence, but most of the time you shouldn't have too much problem, as long as you yourself don't really screw up too much. That was a good move from me right there. So you kind of see how that goes there. We'll reset it again. Calculator, I mean, there's not that much to show off. Basically, that's how calculator works. Times. So that's that. That's pretty basic. And lastly, the last thing we'll take a look at, scribbling. Number of players, just 1. And as you can see, it's kind of getting used to this. I'm not quite sure how it works out, but every time I hit the trigger, I change colors, or excuse me, I do yeah, I can kind of do that. So it's weird. I'm still trying to figure out a little bit. Twisting the knob lets me change the colors. So I don't know. I'm not quite getting it, but I see how it works. So that's basically some of the things you can do even without owning any Astrocade games. So that'll do it on this video. We kind of went a little bit longer than anticipated, but we'll do another video or 2 here coming up on the channel. So be sure to subscribe for that, because we'll actually play some actual Astrovision games. I'm so excited. And by Astrovision, I do mean Astrocade. I'm so excited to do that, I can't talk straight. So, everybody, thanks for watching. Subscribe me if you've done so. And stay tuned for future Astrocade games right here on Game Time.